Hi Geoff, my name is Miguel and this is the property of my friend Hannes. I want to do the permaculture project on this property, on this land. So this is Hazelhatch in Dublin and this is the bridge. The property is just beside the canal. So we have a very nice canal here all along the property. And this is the front garden where Hannes is gonna build the workshed. He will explain you later the plans he has for this land. This is not where I'm gonna do the project. My project will be based more on the back garden, where I'm gonna do zone 1 to 5 and all the sustainable gardening for Hannes. So if we move along, this is the house. I have pictures of the plan of the property where everything is detailed. This is the house where I will have a video as well with Hannes explaining the most sustainable way possible to modify the house. And at the very end we have the back garden where I'm gonna do the permaculture project. So you follow me? Hello. So this is the back garden. This is detailed in my drawing number 1 and 2. So here will be a small timber storage unit. So Hannes can use it for the heating of the house. On this, too small on this side. Here we'll have a spiral herb garden. Over there we'll have the chicken coop. We already have, this is the geese house. So the geese house and then the chicken coop and then the chicken run over there. We will have a mulch path that will be running all the property, simulating the veins of a leaf. This will be the pattern. So here we will have a polytunnel, so we can grow vegetables. We can start early the season, and we can have some vegetables that need more sun and don't grow that well here in Ireland. But the polytunnel will help to do that. We'll have ponds all along this side, so small ponds with a swell, so we can grow trees to produce timber and fruit, apple trees and other trees detailed in the drawings. We will have 2 raised beds, double ridge raised beds, so you can grow vegetables, and will be raised beds, so will help the drainage, and at the same time will be very easy to work from each side of the bed. The ditch over there will be the boundary more or less between zone 1 and zone 2. Zone 1 will be based here, and we will have after the zone 1 we'll have compost heaps in zone 2. 2 units of compost heaps of 3 sections. Each section will be 1 meter cubic, so we have 3 1 meter cubic compost on each side to produce the compost. And further down we will have bigger timber storage units beside the apple trees, so you just prune the trees and store the timber for 1 year, so they dry out and you can use them to heat the house. And as you move along, you will have an area for bees, so you can have honey, and the bees will pollinate the garden. You have bigger timber storage units, you'll have bigger trees, and you have bigger ponds for water storage, for growing trees, and as well for the geese to go, and ducks to have water to swim. Maybe we can have some fish, frogs, wildlife, and at the very end we will have the wilderness, zone 5, that we just leave it as it is, and we will go and observe and learn. zone 1, where we already started streaming, cutting back everything, and we are gonna start placing all the elements of drawing number 1. And from here on will be zone 2, 3, 4 and 5. And as you see, there is still a lot of work to do. This at the very end will be zone 5, the wild area, so we will leave it as it is. I will come here to learn from nature. Zone 4, where the big trees will be based here. The 2 Havaria trees will be planted there.
Hello, my name is Hannes. This is my dog Angie. My partner Sabine and I, we shortly bought this property. I stand here at the front corner of that property. It goes to that wall, and then far along the canal behind the house. That is where I plan to have my workshed. That will be of about 70 square meters here, that part. That doesn't interfere with wildlife. That is not the wild area, so it wouldn't disturb any animal to have a workshed here, and wouldn't do any harm to the view of the whole property. Then further down we have a little bit of space in front of the workshed, and hopefully still some plants and a little bit of grass. But for sure we also need space to turn the cars or to get into the workshed by that driveway. The boundary goes all that along the canal, so here you see the entrance crossing the boundary, going to the gate, to the main house, and to the garden area behind the house. The main house we'll keep more or less as it is. Hopefully we will be allowed to change the colors a little bit, but it is a protected structure, so we have to ask for permission for any work we do. Also the insulating plaster we want to do there, to apply, and a bigger opening to the back, to the garden, to have a better view from the main room to the wilderness and to the southwest.
So can you explain a little bit the dimensions of the workshed and how it will be situated?
Yes, so the workshed will be, if we would take this tree, then we would have more or less 11 meters down there by 6 meters, which gives us almost 70 square meters, or I think 6.5 meters by 11 meters will be the workshed. It is not fixed yet. We might make it a little bit shorter, preserve the tree, and make it a little bit wider, which is a static problem. It needs thicker beams and would be easier to have it only 6-7 meters wide rather than 8 meters. But you can do that, wouldn't be too difficult. We will see. And let's say it would go to here, the workshed, and we still have enough space in front to work a little bit outside and maybe to park the van. This is our house, and we wanted to make it livable and warm and sustainable way. So we have to do some insulation work, improve some other things, and deal with the moisture. It is a almost 200 years old house and protected structure, which restricts us in the way what we can do with it. So we can't put any solar panels on the roof. That would be forbidden because of the look, and we can't change too much of the outer view. But anyway, we're gonna start to re-roof this house because the first slates are coming down, and that is the reason we put the insulation in from the outside. We take all the slates off, preserve as many as possible, then put rock wool insulation inside with proper membranes which it needs, and put the slates on again. When we open the roof, we'll put a second cistern in, so one cistern will be for the mains water supply and the second one for rainwater collection for the toilet flushing and maybe other things which don't need the water from the mains. After doing the roof, we will put on an insulating plaster from the outside that would preserve the look of the house. So it is only 2 centimeters which we can do without changing the view of all the window seals and all that. But anyway, that will give a little bit of insulation and make it breathable. This plaster you see now is a concrete plaster which isn't breathable, so definitely not good for the structure and not good for the climate inside the house. To get more insulation, we also want to put this breathable insulating plaster on the inside, so maybe 3 centimeters, which gives us altogether 5 centimeters of insulation outside and inside. And inside it will have the additional advantage that we don't have that much condensation water. For example, when you come home after a trip and the walls are cold and you start heating, you normally have wet walls because of the condensation on cold walls. When you have an insulation there, that won't happen. Besides that, it gives a breathable surface for the walls, and anyway nothing else would be allowed to preserve a protected structure. Probably we have to deal with all the water. There's a canal. The canal water level is higher than the ground level of the house. We always have water soaking in through the dam towards the house, and we probably have to put drainage pipes under the ground and bring the water to here. Also the sewage water will come to here and will be treated by a wastewater treatment plant, which comes here with a percolation area, so 2 filters to purify the water and to make it safe and clean to percolate the rest of the water in that area here. This will covered by earth afterwards, so we can plant vegetables, flowers, things like that, but no trees in that area. The sun, you see, will travel that way. That is more or less south or south-southeast. We have plenty of sun in the rooms of the house, which is very nice. The windows are fairly wide and open for the house. They are already insulated. They're not the nicest ones. They are aluminium windows, but the rim is quite small, and it gives a good surface to the windows, and we won't spend the money and we don't have it to put in nicer, different windows. We keep them. For the garden, the sun coming from that way would say that is a more sunny area where we have all the vegetable and herbs and even flowers probably, and that one is a little bit more shady part where we can have things which don't need so much sun. And the geese house is there already erected for 3 geese, which we keep probably mostly in front and around the house to keep the grass short, and we'll see how it turns out, but I think we'll live with the dirt that they make. Yes, I forgot about the heating of the house. Just now there's a central heating installed in that house with an oil burner and radiators in every room. We want to have a wood burning stove attached to that radiators as well, so a back boiler stove, and that should be in the main living area, probably the kitchen living area, where we go every day in the morning and want to have the direct warmth of the stove, as well as we use the additional heat for all the radiators of the house. If that's not enough, then we still can switch to oil heating, so it will be a dual system. That's all I can think so far, and there's a lot of work to do.
What about collecting rainwater?
Yes, the rainwater, yes. I already mentioned that we'll use it for the toilet flushing, but also for watering plants in the garden. And we have a quite big roof surface, and my idea is to have a pipe system which brings the water down and up somewhere else, so we don't have to put the cisterns for the rainwater just beside the house, which doesn't look too nice. When we have it somewhere else here, close to the dam, to the shed maybe, and it wouldn't disturb that much. And we can use the pressure of the communicating pipes to have it high up and to bring it, let's say, to 2 or 3 meters high, and that will give us plenty of pressure to attach a hose and to water all the plants in the garden without additional energy and pump.
Okay, thank you, Hannes.
Thank you.
So this is the project that I have in mind. We'll try to make it as close as possible. We will see if it's possible or not, and so we will see the next video how is it looking, maybe in a few months or years, who knows. Thank you.